The real Ghostbusters.
The first one's Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Mine is Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. What happened to Ghostbusters 3?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Classic, true Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters 3. Ghostbusters 3 is one of the Ghostbusters.
In Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Who put Ghostbusters 2 out there?
In Ghostbusters was Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Not the Ghostbusters house. Ghostbusters windshield. Ghostbusters 2. 3 Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters.
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 This is Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, like Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters.
For that Ghostbusters. The cast of Ghostbusters. Group of Ghostbusters. Yeah. Ghostbusters animated series from like Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. It's
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. The real Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters back. One you never mess with. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters. Never saw Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters 2.
I think I was convinced that these were Ghostbusters.
This is the Ghostbusters one. The Ghostbusters. We'll come back for next Ghostbusters. And Ghostbusters. And certain movies like Ghostbusters.
Of Ghostbusters.
These scenes in Ghostbusters.
Go Ghostbusters!
And Ghostbusters.
Pee-wee and Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. The one with Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters in there. Like Ghostbusters. It's a Ghostbusters. Like Ghostbusters 2. And what are your thoughts on the Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters pillowcase. You'd be buying the Ghostbusters game. Fan of Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters Ecto 1 is the Ghostbusters controller. The Ghostbusters. I can play Ghostbusters in my room.
Ghostbusters.
The live Ghostbusters. They make a Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
The old Ghostbusters.
It's a Ghostbusters. Extreme Ghostbusters.
Doesn't have the Ghostbusters. Original Ghostbusters. They put all the Ghostbusters.
And Batman and the Ghostbusters then.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2.
The Ghostbusters. That's actually Ghostbusters' original book. The real Ghostbusters cartoon. Third Ghostbusters, thanks. You gotta play the Ghostbusters game with the Ghostbusters shirt.
Ghostbusters.
Listen to the Ghostbusters.
Make Ghostbusters reminded Ghostbusters.
It's Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters.
I used to have a Ghostbusters comic.
Ghostbusters theme song. But it's the Ghostbusters, like the Ghostbusters movies. Ghostbusters cards in the pack. In the Ghostbusters too.
The Ghostbusters theme.
Ghostbusters head. How big of a Ghostbusters fan are you? Commercials for the Ghostbusters.
They should do a Ghostbusters 3. And then there's the Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters set.
The Ghostbusters movie. The Ghostbusters cartoon. Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is one of the greatest things ever. Ghostbusters cartoon.
Just talking about Ghostbusters 2.
Watching some Ghostbusters.
But the Ghostbusters game. Things when these two Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters. They were these kind of like a little bit later Ghostbusters toys.
Turtles versus Ghostbusters. Yeah, the Ghostbusters.
One Ghostbusters is Freddy versus the Ghostbusters. Howard Ramis of the Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters 2. Like, the Ghostbusters was my favorite cartoon. Puff Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
Extreme Ghostbusters. Is the Ghostbusters cartoon still... Also the Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters game. Puff Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters.
That's one of the...
Never like the Ghostbusters toys. I want to get the Ghostbusters ones. You guys seen the Ghostbusters?
Them be the Ghostbusters.